wake up with the sunrise, boots on an old dirt floor. I don't know what today will bring, but I know who I walk it for. I've had my share of wrong turns, dust on my hands and soul. I've been lost on back roads with a heart that felt alone. But I learned along the way, through the valleys and the low, I'm never walking by myself. I walk with God down every road. I walk with God down every road, through the highs and through the lows. When the way is dark and narrow and I don't know where it goes, I don't need all the answers, I don't need to see it all. I walk with God down every road, and that's enough to stand tall. I've seen storms rolling fast, heard the thunder in my chest. I've had nights I knelt down praying, asking Him for rest. He didn't promise easy days or a life without the Lord, but He gave me something stronger. I walk with God down every road. I walk with God down every road, when my faith feels tired and slow, when the weight is heavy on my back and my steps don't wanna go. He lights the path before my feet, He knows the way I chose. I walk with God down every road, and I'm never alone. I don't claim to be perfect, I don't claim to be strong. I just know who holds my hand when the night feels long. I walk with God down every road till the day my journey ends. When I reach that final mile, I'll walk with Him again. Sunday morning, dust on my shoes, Mama fixing my collar straight, Daddy humming an old hymn, low sunlight through the gate. That old wooden church on the corner, paint peeling, doors worn thin, but every prayer inside those walls still knew my name back then. The pews would creak when folks sat down, the floor would sing along. We didn't have much to our names, but faith was strong. Sunday morning, oh, wooden church, where I learned how to kneel, where I heard my first amen and learned what grace feels like. Sunday morning, oh, wooden church, no gold, no stained glass shine, just a Bible, a prayer and hope that carried me through time. I remember the sound of voices, rising slow then strong, hands lifted, heads bowed low, singing those old songs. I didn't know the weight of life or how hard the road could be. I just knew God was real back then, and He was watching me. Sunday morning, old wooden church, where my roots grew deep, where faith was more than words, it was something you keep. Sunday morning, old wooden church, still echoes in my mind. Every time I'm lost or tired, I hear those hymns again. I've been to bigger buildings with lights and polished floors, but nothing feels like heaven like those old wooden doors. Sunday morning, old wooden church, where my heart learned to stand. I may have walked 1,000 roads, but faith still holds my hand. I don't tell this story often, but it's one I know is true. There was a night I had nowhere to turn and nothing left to do. I'd walked myself into a corner, lost more than I could stand. Every plan I ever trusted slipped right through my hands. I wasn't looking for a miracle or thunder from above. I just needed someone listening when my strength gave up. God was there when I needed Him most, when my world fell apart, when I ran out of answers and fear filled up my heart. I didn't see Him coming, but I felt Him close. God was there when I needed Him most. I knelt down on a cold floor, said a prayer I barely knew. My voice was shaking, words were few, but heaven heard me through. I didn't feel the weight lift off, not all at once, not then. But something told me I'd be alright, I wasn't alone again. God was there when I needed Him most, when I couldn't stand tall, when I had no one left to lean on. He didn't let me fall. I didn't hear a voice speak loud or see the sky unclose, but I knew without a doubt God was there when I needed Him most. He doesn't always calm the storm or take the pain away. Sometimes He just holds you steady so you can face the day. God was there when I needed Him most, when my road was thin and long. He didn't change my circumstances, but He made my faith strong. circumstances, but he made my faith strong. There's a map on the dashboard, but I don't look at it much. I've driven this road before with faith and a little trust. A Bible on the passenger seat, pages worn and thin. A simple prayer on my tired lips for strength to start again. I've been gone longer than I planned, carried weight I couldn't show. Every mile feels heavier now, but I still know where I'm going. A Bible, a prayer, and a long way home. That's all I need tonight. The road is dark, but my heart still knows I'll be alright. I don't have answers for every turn or reasons for what I've known. Just a Bible, a prayer, and a long way home. The radio plays an old hymn low like it knows my name. It talks about grace and second chances and mercy all the same. I've made mistakes I can't erase, said words I can't take back. But every mile I leave behind feels like a step on track. A Bible, a prayer, and a long way home. Through the quiet and the night, I've learned faith don't need much room, just a heart that's right. I don't need to see the end or know what tomorrow holds. Just a Bible, a prayer, and a long way home. I've tried to carry this life alone, thought I was strong enough. But the road taught me something simple: faith ain't built on being tough. A Bible, a prayer, and a long way home. That's how I make it through. Every mile brings me closer to the God I knew. A Bible, a prayer, and a long way home. That's how I make it through. Every mile brings me closer to the God I knew. I didn't learn faith in easy days or when the sun was high. I learned it when the road got rough and hope was hard to find. I prayed for answers I didn't get, asked why and heard no sound. Every plan I ever leaned on fell apart and broke me down. I tried to fix what I had lost with my own two hands, but the harder that I pushed the wheel, the more I'd lose my ground. I learned to trust him the hard way, through nights I couldn't sleep, when all I had was a broken heart and promises to keep. I learned faith don't come easy, and grace ain't something earned. I learned to trust him the hard way, by every lesson learned. I've seen prayers answered slowly in ways I didn't see. I've learned God works in silence when I thought he'd forgotten me. I wanted roads without the rain, days without the ache, but looking back I see his hand in every step I take. I learned to trust him the hard way, when I had no control, when I couldn't hold tomorrow, he was holding my soul. I didn't get what I asked for, but I got what I needed most. I learned to trust him the hard way, when my faith was almost broke. He doesn't promise easy living or a life without the cost, but he walks beside the broken, and he never counts them lost. I learned to trust him the hard way, but I choose him all the same, because the God who met me in the dark still knows my name. I learned to trust him the hard way, but I choose him all the same, because the God who met me in the dark still knows my name. I've walked some roads I wouldn't choose if I could start again. I've worn out boots on broken paths and leaned on weaker men. I've seen doors close right in my face when hope felt paper thin. I've asked the same old questions twice, wondering where he'd been. But every time I reached the end of what my strength could do, I found out something all along, God was pulling me through. He never failed me once, not in the darkest night. He never turned his back on me or left me without light. I've doubted him, I'll say that much, but when my faith was done, I can stand here and testify. He never failed me once. I've watched prayers take their time and answers coming slow. I've learned that waiting on the Lord is part of how you grow. I wanted Him to fix it fast, to make the pain all gone. But looking back, I see His hand was holding me all along. He never failed me once when I was weak and worn, when I thought the battle was behind and found myself reborn. I didn't always understand the roads He asked me on, but every mile I looked behind, He never failed me once. I don't claim I got it right or that my faith was strong. I just kept walking day by day and somehow made it on. He never failed me once, and He won't start today. The same God who carried me this far will lead me all the way. My daddy never preached a sermon, never stood behind a stand, but I learned more about Jesus watching that old man. He'd bow his head at the table, thank God for simple bread. He worked hard, spoke a little, and meant every word he said. When trouble came around our house, he didn't run or brag. He'd say a prayer and keep on walking with faith like my daddy had. I want faith like my daddy had, strong and quiet, deep and true. Not just words I say on Sunday, but something I live through. When the road gets hard and lonely and I don't know where to stand, I want faith that keeps on holding, faith like my daddy had. I saw him kneel beside his bed after long and tired days. He'd ask God for a little strength and thank Him anyway. He didn't ask for perfect answers or a life without the bad. He just trusted God completely with faith like my daddy had. I want faith like my daddy had when the storms roll in fast. The kind of faith that don't give up and always seems to last. When my heart is weak and heavy and my prayers feel thin and sad, I lean back on what I was shown, faith like my daddy had. I know I'll never fill his boots or walk the way he ran, but if my children see God in me, I'll be a blessed man. I want faith like my daddy had, that still guides me where I go. the kind of faith that points to heaven, no matter what I know. I don't always have the right words, don't always know what to say, but I know where to take my troubles at the end of the day. I've carried weight I couldn't handle, tried standing on my own, but there's a peace that finds me when I fall down on my knees. I don't need a crowd around me or a loud and lifted voice, just a quiet room and a humble heart, and I make my choice. When I kneel, heaven listens. When I bow, God draws near. Every tear I couldn't explain, He already hears. I don't pray to move the mountains or to change His will. I pray because I know one thing: when I kneel, heaven listens. I've said prayers in whispered moments, in the dark and in the light. I've felt His hand upon my shoulder in the middle of the night. He doesn't rush my asking, He doesn't turn away. He meets me right where I am every time I pray. When I kneel, heaven listens, not because I'm strong or wise, but because He's always faithful and full of mercy every time. I don't need perfect religion or a list of reasons why. I just need a willing heart and knees that bend in time. I've learned faith isn't standing tall or having it all together. Sometimes faith is falling down and trusting Him forever. When I kneel, heaven listens, and my worries lose their sound. I may rise with the same problems, but I don't rise the same. When I kneel, heaven listens, and my worries lose their sound. I may rise with the same problems, but I don't rise the same. I didn't find grace in a big revival or under bright city lights. It met me on a quiet street on an ordinary night. A two-lane road, a blinking sign, a diner closing down. I was carrying more regret than I ever said out loud. I thought I'd gone too far this time, too many wrongs to turn around. But mercy has a way of showing up. Grace found me in a small town. Grace found me in a small town where everybody knows my name. Right in the middle of my mistakes, God loved me just the same. No stage, no spotlight shining down, just truth that breaks the ground. I didn't go looking for redemption. Grace found me in a small town. I sat in the back of an old church, didn't know what I'd say. I felt like a stranger to forgiveness, but he welcomed me anyway. The preacher spoke of second chances like they were meant for me. And something stirred inside my heart that felt like being free. Grace found me in a small town when I had nowhere left to run. I laid my past at the altar steps and felt my healing start. I didn't earn a thing that day, didn't have it all figured out. I just opened up a broken heart. Grace found me in a small town. It wasn't loud or full of fire, just a whisper in my soul. Sometimes heaven doesn't shout, it gently makes you whole. Grace found me in a small town, and it walks with me still. Every morning, every mile, every valley, every hill. Grace found me in a small town. And grace found me in a small town. I've walked this road for many years, with joy and hurt the same. I've seen the sun on brighter days, and rain that felt like pain. I've stumbled more than I'd like to say, lost sleep and lost my way. But every mile I look behind, I see His grace stay. I don't know how long this journey is or where the last turn goes. I just know I'm not walking alone down these old roads. I'll meet Him at the end of the road when my work down here is done. I'll lay my burdens at His feet and rest in what He's won. No fear, no tears, no heavy load, just mercy like I've never known. I'll meet Him at the end of the road and finally be home. I've said goodbye more times than once, held hands I couldn't keep. I've learned this life is borrowed time, and promises run deep. but there's a hope that carries me when nights are long and cold, a promise written in my heart long before I was old. I'll meet him at the end of the road, where faith becomes my sight. Every prayer I whisper low will make perfect sense in light. I won't ask why the hard days came or count the tears I cried. I'll thank him for walking with me every step of my life. I don't claim I ran this race without a fall or scar. I just kept my eyes on heaven, no matter where I was. I'll meet him at the end of the road with a grateful, thankful soul. Every step I took by faith brought me closer home. I'll meet him at the end of the road when my work down here is done. I'll lay my burdens at his feet and rest in what he's won. No fear, no tears, no heavy load, just mercy like I've never known. I'll meet him at the end of the road and finally be home.